All right, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time zone you're in or where you are around the world, because we have people all around the world that watch us in this community. I think that is absolutely awesome. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm thinking of you. For those of you who are out there being affected by these storms, are in hard areas and hard places with hard things to deal with, you are in my thoughts and my prayers, as well as I'm sure many others out there that are sending their blessings your way. Hopefully it helps, but I just want to let you know you're not alone. Please be sure to reach out. If you happen to see this, and even if you're not part of the community, reach out. My email is in the description section. Reach out and ask a question if you don't know what to do. I have seen so many videos where people are just frozen in panic and don't know what to do. Don't even know simply where their water meter is to shut it off, and don't know how to act. It's okay. Just ask. There are people here that will help you. I will not help you, okay? And if you can help out, put it in the comment section. Look in the description section. Whatever you can do, let's help our neighbors, all right? I think it's really important right now. And that being said, that's why I'm doing some of the videos. The next ones I'm doing are going to be related to this very real, right now, emergency situation. The reason why most of us in this community prepare is exactly for situations like this, but it doesn't mean we know everything we need to. In fact, in one of the last videos I did, somebody wanted to, or there was a few people that wanted me to explain how these these hurricane lanterns, or whatever you want to call them, these oil or kerosene lanterns work, right? Just to give them a refresher. It's pretty easy, but that doesn't mean that everybody knows exactly how to do it. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to throw in this propane one because it comes taken apart, right? And let you know the ins and outs of how to do it so that you can get yourself at least some light right now. And these also create heat. So while you're taking care of your light situation, you could be adding heat to a room that hopefully you've plasticed off so that you can keep one area warm, preferably like the living area of your house. Take your dining room table, shove it to the side, move it out that's attached to your kitchen maybe, or close to it, set up a tent in there, and let's live in there, right? Just those two little rooms, right? Or even just that one little room. Back this table off over here and set up your cooking area on it, and then plastic off all the other entryways, right? Now, it doesn't mean turn your heat off if you have heat. If you have heat, you won't be plasticking off, duh. But you need to be aware of the pipes in your home, and we'll go over those in some other videos. But for right now, we're gonna go over lanterns. So let's get to it. One, this is how it comes to you, right? Minus this. This is gonna be one of your hard things to find. Right now, it seems like we have a little bit coming in, sitting on the store shelves. Go get you some. Don't get you one, don't get you two, get you four, okay? All right, so now once you've got that, what you do is you pull the, see this, the little cap off there, pull it off, right? Set it aside, because that's always nice to have to keep your valve in good shape in case you're not using it, right? And then you take this body part. Now you'll notice that, and go ahead and leave this on. It's an informational thing. It doesn't hurt for it to be there. You can cut it off if you want. Just don't throw it away. This is the main body. This is a 2-mantle lantern. I've got one already tied off. I'm going to show you how to tie off the other one. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the valve is off, and then we're going to screw it on, okay? That's step one, screwing. That's always step one. Not just kidding. You ladies know that ain't true. Anyhow, then we're going to take this. Now, look, this one has some deluxe feet on here you might like to look at there. That keeps it stable so it doesn't tip over as easy, because these do tip over. And when they do, they break this part or this part, and flames go everywhere, and people run, and there's singed hair. It's just a mess. Don't let it happen. Flip the feet out, okay? Then set your thing in there and make sure it's good and tied in there, right? There we go, right? That's step one. Or 2 or 4, whatever. You keep track of the steps. I'll keep track of showing you what to do. All right, so now you take your mantle like this, and you kind of, right now, they're in pretty tough shape, but don't pull on them real hard. Just kind of stretch them out a little bit, right? Get yourself a little room. Then take and put it around the neck of this thing, right? And they're always a little bigger. That's just because they're going to shrink down here in a minute. And then you take these little pain in the ass. This is the hardest part about these. That's why you try to treat your lantern in really carefully, because you don't ever want to break a mantle, right? But you just tie a knot in it, right? Up there like that, and kind of just hold it there, and then hopefully you got enough length just to tie one more knot. That's all you got to do. Just your regular knot like you were tying your shoes, just not the bow part, right? Because when this thing's done, you're not going to need to untie it. And you want to try and keep these mantles in good shape, right? Right. Okay. Okay, thumbs, let's go. All right, here we go. We got it this time. All right, now we're tied off. You see it's on there. Now don't get too rough with it, but stretch it out a little bit. Okay? Now, one thing you can do, you gotta cook these off, okay? So you gotta have a lighter, and you just take and you get them started, right? Best to do this outside, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it inside for right now. You kind of get these cooked off. It'll start on fire like that. That's just fine. Okay. Now, what I always like to do to keep them puffed up a little bit, look at that, that's a lot of smoke for a house. Anyhow, I'll turn this on just a little, just to help the process. See? There we go. See that? See how it gets more efficient? There you go. That's how you do that. Now, turn it off. Don't blow hard because you don't want to break those mantles. Just get the flame out. Put the glass on. Now, you can go ahead and take this piece here, and you'll see it's got holes in it. You want to line those holes up with the holes in the top, because that's for the carry handle. So you stick them through that 2 holes right there, and then you'll just stretch this over and do it through the other 2 holes, just like that. Now you're going to set it right over the top, just like that. Let that go down, and then you're going to get your nut, right? And like I said, this part's best to do outside, but we're going to go ahead for you. You know me, I'll do anything it takes to show you how to do it and stay indoors where it's warm. Anyhow, so what you can do from here is now you've got it all tied on. This is your carry handle, right? You can tie that to something if you want. Now, this lantern right here is safer to use indoors, okay? Not from a heat perspective, but from a carbon monoxide perspective. But I always recommend that you have at least the room you're in have one little window just cracked for some fresh air. I know it's cold out there, but you're going to be producing heat, right? So you want to be sure to do that, all right? All right. Or smarter money would have a carbon monoxide detector. If you have one in your house, bring it into the room you're trying to stay warm in. Also, be sure the batteries are good in it, okay? And then if you don't have one, go get a CO3 detector or carbon monoxide detector. You know, just ask them. They know what to get you. And have it in your room somewhere. Preferably up higher would be good. So, or follow the instructions. So now we're going to go ahead and just, of course, the lantern does. All right, come on. Where's that spot? That sweet spot. I hate this part. Hold on. I'm gonna, oop. A match works better, just so you know. But, just so I don't blow you up and go viral, now we've got her started, okay? Put that on, put this nut back on, and there you have it. Now, there is a little hole right through the bottom here and a hole right in there. Get yourself a long match. Use a match instead. I couldn't find my matches because my kids are probably using them to light smoke bombs. But I did find one of these. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to take the lid off to light it like that. Now, it'll smoke off a little bit, but that'll stop. Now, you can just turn this up, turn it down, You really don't need to have it up very high to have a good amount of light from one of these. But as you can see, it creates heat on the top quite a bit. Do not touch this. Do not touch any of this, right? It's hot, okay? Trust me. Ow! That's hot, okay? So that is your propane lantern. That's how you put it together and how you get her started. Now, if you treat it nicely, these mantles will last. And right now, I was told at the store that mantles are hard to find. So treat them with care. Don't bump this around a lot. Don't shake it a lot. Carry it carefully. And when it's cold and stored up, put it somewhere where it can just sit and it's cool and it's cooled off and you don't have to bump it, right? Because it'll keep those mantles good for you so you can use them again and again. All right, now they have 1 mantle and 4 mantle, 3 mantle, all that. Just 2 mantles is a good basic one. These are nice and inexpensive too. You don't have to get the fancy one with the fancy case. That's just garbage. All right, that you don't need. The box will last forever. I got ones from 1930 something. You know that ain't true, but they're old, okay? So I'm going to turn that off and set her aside. Now, what we've got here, we've got 2 of these, right? Now, these both will burn on either kerosene, not that one, or, oh, right here, lamp oil, okay? What I'm going to tell you is the kerosene doesn't burn as clean, okay? It's a little smokier and it's a little smellier because it smells like diesel or kerosene, right? It smells like gas. But it is usable if you have it. You just don't want to mix the two, okay? If you're going to switch out, you want to empty out the other one, or better yet, burn it out and use it, okay? So what I did and recommend is I labeled mine. This one here says kerosene on it right there. I just took a black marker, wrote kerosene on there, right? And they come already kind of put together, just like that, right? Ready to go. Check it out, right? All right. Now, this one, and they have the wick in it and everything else. This one here, I have written on there lamp oil. I have it written all over the place on that. This is the lamp oil one. Now, the lamp oil burns cleaner, doesn't smell as bad, the fuel itself, and they even have scented ones too, I think. So you can also burn citronella in these, right? And those keep away mosquitoes, right? So what all you have to do with these is simply you fill it up by taking off the thing, the cap here, and then you go ahead and you put your funnel down in there, right? And this one's a lamp oil one, so we're going to put our funnel down in here, going to take the lid off, pour it in. Now I've already filled these, but you're going to fill it up to the line right about there where it says the fill line right there, right? And then you're just going to put your cap back on. Now this one is a little better one. You have to push down. It's got better cap, better things, you know, that you can see. They're more of a stainless look. This one's a little better built maybe. But they're both just fine, right? This one here doesn't have that push down feature for this, but it's the same thing. You're going to take this off, right? You're going to stick your funnel right in there like that, and then you're just going to fill her up with kerosene, because this is the one you wrote kerosene on. Don't get them mixed up, okay? So once you've done that, the wick is already in these and ready to go, right? So all you have to do is move the wick up a little bit. You just leave the wick so you can see it right there, right? And then you take and you push this little lever right here. Look at this. You push this little lever like that until it goes over in that little notch. Now how it's held up, check this out. Boom, just like that. You move the lever back and that's it. Now you can adjust your flame up and down. Just don't go all the way down, that'll put it out. But just, you know, you can have it like that, but you'll see the smoke that comes off of it. Now, to turn this off, you just lift it up and blow it out, okay? So that's how you do that. Just as simple as that. Now, if you ever did have to take the glass out to change it or anything like that, well, you just take it, you pull this part up, right? It's spring loaded. So you go like this, you got it like that, you pull this part up and you tip this out like this. Now the glass is out, right? when that glass is out, if you ever had to change the wick, you just twist this little jobby here, lift it up, and then you can feed yourself. Once that wick's all burned up, you just take the old one out, the little bit that's left, and you just twist this like that, clockwise, and feed this baby in there until it's just sticking up like that one. It'll soak up with fuel once you put more fuel in there and you're ready to go, okay? Now, because these are so smoky, now you got to put this back on, so you just put this little thing back on there and you just give her a twist and you'll see how that fits in there, right? Okay, so now once you've done that, you got to get your glass back in there. Just like that. By pulling it up, setting it in there. All right, now just so you see the difference, this one's the citronella one, same thing. You push down on the little lever, click it under there, right? Then you give her a light, and then you put the glass lever back down. Now you see this one doesn't burn near as smoky, right? It's got a little heat coming off there, but not near as smoky. And you can adjust it up and down. And then to turn it off, you just turn that, okay? But these things aren't like super high tech like that. And if you tip one of these over, well, fuel will spill out and flames will go everywhere. So you want to take care with these. They're mainly meant for outdoors. So this would be like going outside to take care of things if you need a light, right? Okay, or for just brief amounts of light where you don't need it for a long time, because these you're going to have ventilation. They're not really meant for indoors, but they will work, okay? So that goes over. The kerosene is the red one, and that's why I got two different color ones too. The black one is my fuel oil, even though I wrote it, or my lantern oil, lamp oil, okay? Now, even though I wrote it on there, it helps to have them in two different colors, okay? But this is going to be your best bet right here. They're easy, it's clean, and it's going to get you light and a lot of heat. They burn real hot. So that's going to be a way to heat an area as well as give you some light. I hope that helps you guys in getting some light in the house. We already went over in the other video. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out, where we went over LED lights and other types of lights for your house that'll be helpful. As you guys always know, please, if you're in the community and you have other things to share or other ideas that you want me to share, or just want to say hi, because I like people to say hi, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. Also be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and tickle that little bell. I will appreciate it. We're now at 3,030, I think, people, so we're getting up there. We seem to grow every day, and that's a good thing because we have a giveaway coming up and we want to get that drawing done. So please be sure to share this out with all the people that you know and in all your platforms. I would appreciate it. You guys all know I love you. Be sure to be safe, secure, always aware of your surroundings, and be prepared for what may come ahead. And right now we're getting an example of why. I hope this is helpful for the people that needed it. There'll be more coming. You're going to want to watch them because they're going to help you deal with things like broken pipes or help you avoid them. All right? So I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.